Hello once again, welcome to example 3 on the radical equations that I started with you in the previous videos. In the previous videos, we started learning about radical equations and I have done a detailed explanation on it, and also we've solved some examples on it as well in the previous videos, and I hope you understood it and you enjoy the lesson as well. So this is a continuation to solve another example with you so that you get a better understanding of it. So this is example 3, as you can see from the board. So it means we've already done example 1 and 2 in the previous videos, and I will advise that you do well to watch the previous videos because the previous videos lays the foundation. Okay, I've done a lot of explanation in the previous videos which you need to know to be able to get a good foundation and understanding to be able to handle this session as well. So please do well to watch the previous videos, and don't forget to like the videos and also share them after watching. And if you are watching for the first time, please do well to follow the page as well. Let's go ahead and solve the example 3 that I have on the board. So example 3, it says we should solve square root of 3s plus 4 minus square root of s minus 3 equals to 3. Okay, so we are being asked to solve for x in this given equation. Okay, and this is a radical equation. A radical equation simply means that an equation that contains set. Okay, and I've explained all this to you in the previous videos. Okay, so this is an example of a radical equation, and we are going to solve for the value of s in this given equation. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it together. Okay, so I'm going to write down my solution, okay, and we are going to do it together. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the question given. So we have square root of 3s plus 4 minus square root of s minus 3, okay, equals to 3. Okay, so we are going to solve for x in the given equation. Okay, so now I've explained to you from the previous videos that anytime you have an equation that contains a square root sign, the first thing to do is to eliminate the square root sign from it. Okay, that's the first step so that it makes it easy for us to solve further. Okay, and the only way to be able to eliminate the square root sign from it is to square both sides of the equation. Okay, so we are going to square both sides of the equation to be able to eliminate the square root sign from it. Okay, and I will prefer that before we square both sides of the equation, I'm going to move one of these terms. Okay, I have one term here, I have another term here. I'm going to move one of them to come and join the 3 which is here before we square both sides of it. Okay, that makes it much easier and simple. Okay, now it is not wrong when you maintain it like this and you square both sides straight away, you will get the same answer. It is not wrong, there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, just that most students will find it difficult expanding these two terms when they are being squared together. Okay, that's why I prefer that I'll move this one, this negative root s minus 3, I'll move it to come and join the 3 here before we square both sides, and that should be much easy and simple for us to expand and simplify further. Okay, that notwithstanding, whilst it is of this form and you square both sides straight away, you get the same answer. Okay, so take note of that. Okay, so I just prefer that we move this negative root s minus 3 to come and join the 3 here before we square both sides. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to maintain my root 3s plus 4 which is here. Okay, so I have my square root of 3s plus 4. Okay, then I'll let this one cross the equal sign to go and join the 3. So I'll have equals to 3 plus root s minus 3. I hope you agree with me. It is negative here, so when it crosses the equal sign become positive. Okay, I hope you agree with me and you understand up to this point. Okay, now from here what we need to do is now to square both sides of the equation. I have explained to you that the only way to eliminate the square root sign from it is to square both sides of the equation, okay, so that we can eliminate the square root sign. Okay, so let's go ahead. So I'm going to square this side of the equation and also square this side of the equation. So I'm going to repeat my square root of 3s plus 4, okay, then I'm going to square it, okay, equals to, then I'm going to repeat also my 3 plus square root of s minus 3, okay, and I'm going to square these two terms as well. Okay, so you square both sides of the equation. Okay, I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. All that we did is to square both sides of the equation. Okay, so now this power 2 here, the power 2 here will cancel this square root sign away. So this power 2 will cancel the square root sign away. So what I have left is 3s plus 4 equals to, then I'm going to expand this bracket. Okay, now how to expand this bracket is to apply the multiplication of two binomials. Okay, that is, we are going to repeat the 3 plus root s minus 1 in one bracket, multiplying another 3 plus root s minus 3 in another bracket. Okay, I hope you agree with me up to this point. Okay, so I'm going to go over one more time. Okay, you can see that we have 3 plus root s minus 3 all squared. Okay, so we need to apply the multiplication of two binomials. Okay, so what we are going to do is that we are going to write 3 plus root s minus 3 into one bracket, then in another bracket also we are going to write 3 plus root s minus 3, they will multiply. Okay, so this 3 plus root s minus 3 all squared means that 3 plus root s minus 3 is multiplying itself 2 times. Okay, so for you to expand it, you repeat this 3 plus root s minus 3 in one bracket, multiply another bracket which also contains 3 plus root s minus 3. Okay, that's how to go about it. But I've taught you a short process of doing this. Okay, when you have an expression which is raised to the power 2, okay, or being squared, I've taught you a short method of doing it in the previous video. So instead of writing this one as 3 plus root s minus 3 into one bracket, multiply another bracket 3 plus root s minus 3, we are going to use that short process that I've taught you to expand this one. Okay, I've taught you that in the previous video, so we are going to use that method to expand this one. Okay, so that's what you are going to do. Okay, if you don't understand the short process, I will advise that you go through the multiplication of two binomial approach and you get the same answer. Okay, so the multiplication of two binomial approach is that you are going to write 3 plus root s minus 3 into one bracket, multiplying 3 plus root s minus 3 into another bracket, and you go through the process of multiplication of two binomials, then you get the same answer. Okay, but we are going to use the short method, okay, because I want us to move fast. Okay, so I've taught you the short method in the previous videos. We are going to apply that one here. Okay, so now the short method goes like this. Okay, this power 2 here will square the first term, which is here. Now we have two terms in this bracket, this term and this term. Okay, so we have two terms here. So this power 2 will square the first term. Okay, so when the power 2 square the first term, which is the 3, when the power 2 squares it, it's going to be 9. Okay, because 3 squared is 9. I hope you agree with me. Now this power 2 now will multiply everything in the bracket. So this is how the multiplication is done. The power 2 will multiply the 3, which gives us 6. Okay, and that 6 will multiply root s minus 3. Okay, I'm going to go over one more time. Okay, so I said that first the power 2 here will square the first term. The first term here is 3. When the power 2 squares it, we get 9. So you write your 9 here. and the power 2 now will multiply everything in the bracket. So how the multiplication is done is that the power 2 will multiply the 3, which gives us 6, and that 6 will multiply the square root of s minus 3, which will give us plus 6 root s minus 3. And I hope you agree with me. Okay, now the next step is that this power 2 will square the last term. Okay, so when the power 2 here squares the last term, it will cancel the square root sign away, which will leave us with s minus 3. Okay, so let me explain it here for you to see. So I'm saying that this last term, the power 2 will square it as well. So the last term is root s minus 3. So when the power 2 squares it, it will cancel the square root sign away. So you'll be left with s minus 3. Okay, so when this power 2 squares the last term, you'll be left with plus s minus 3. And I hope you agree with me and you understand up to this point. Okay, so let me click this one from here. I just used it to explain it to you. So let's go ahead and simplify further. Okay, from this point, I hope you understand up to this point. Okay, from this point, what we do is that we group like terms. Okay, so we are going to group like terms. So let's go ahead and group like terms. So write my 3s, which is here. Then this s, positive s, which is here, will cross the equal sign to come and join this. So it becomes minus s. Okay, then my plus 4 is here. Then I'll let this negative 3 cross the equal sign to come and join this. So it becomes plus 3. Okay, then this positive 9 will also cross the equal sign to come and join this. So it becomes minus 9 equals to, then I'll be left with my 6 root s minus 3 at the right hand side. Okay, I hope you agree and you understand up to this point. Okay, so all that we did is to group like terms. Okay, so let's go ahead and simplify further. Okay, so 3s minus s gives 2s. I hope you agree with me. So I have my 2s. Now 4 plus 3 gives 7. Okay, I hope you agree with me. This is positive 4, this is positive 3. We add them, we get 7. And the 7 minus 9, okay, gives negative 2. Okay, so you have 2s minus 2 equals to, then I have my 6 root s minus 3. Okay, I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. Okay, so we just simplify what we have. Okay, 3s minus s gives 2s. Positive 4 plus 3 gives 7, and the 7 minus 9 gives minus 2 equals to our 6 root s minus 3. Okay, so that's what we did. Now you can see that from here we still have a square root sign in it. Okay, so what you do again is to square both sides of the equation again. Okay, because you still have a square root sign in it. Okay, and the only way to eliminate the square root sign from the given equation that we have here is to square both sides again so that we can eliminate the square root sign. Okay, now, but I would prefer that before we square both sides of the equation, we reduce the equation. How do we reduce the equation? Check the values that we have in the equation. We have 2 here. Okay, we have another 2 here, we have 6 here. So when we divide through the equation by 2, we can reduce it so that it will be much simple for us to solve further. Okay, it is not wrong. Whilst it is of this nature or this form, you square both sides straight away. It is not wrong, you get the same answer, but just that you'll be working with big values. Okay, I don't want to work with big values. I want the equation to be very simple for us to be able to solve further. So I'm going to divide through by 2 so that I can reduce the equation before we square both sides. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'll divide here by 2, here also by 2, and here also by 2, so that these 2 and these 2 can cancel away. These 2 and these 2 cancel away. 2 goes here 1 and goes into the 6 3 times. Okay, so I'm going to repeat what I have left. Okay, so what I have left here is s minus 1. I hope you agree with me. S minus 1 because this 2 and this 2 they cancel away. 2 goes here 1 and 2 goes here 1. So you are left with 1 over 1, which is 1. That's why I have s minus 1. Okay, I hope you agree and you understand. Okay, equals to what I have left here is 3 root s minus 3. Okay, and I hope you understand and you agree up to this point. Okay, now you can see that we've reduced the equation. Okay, so now we can square both sides of the equation to eliminate the square root sign from it. Okay, so I'm going to continue from this side. Okay, so let's go ahead. So I'm going to repeat what I have left here down here, which is the s minus 1. Okay, I hope you are following. Equals to 3 root s minus 3. Okay, so now we are going to square both sides of the equation now. Okay, so I'm going to square this side and also square this side. Okay, I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. Okay, now what you are going to do is to expand this bracket. Okay, and for you to expand this bracket, it means that we are going to write s minus 1 into another bracket, multiplying s minus 1 into another bracket. Okay, because s minus 1 all squared means that s minus 1 is multiplying itself 2 times. Okay, so you write s minus 1 into another bracket, multiplying s minus 1 into another bracket, then you go through the multiplication of 2 binomial approach to simplify. But I've taught you a short method of doing it, so we are going to use that short method. Okay, so that we can move fast. Okay, if you don't understand the short method, use the process of writing it as s minus 1 into another bracket, multiplying s minus 1 into another bracket, then follow the multiplication of 2 binomials approach, you get the same answer. Okay, let's go ahead and expand this one. The power 2 here will square the first term. Okay, so when the power 2 squares the s, I'll get s squared. Then the power 2 here will multiply everything in the bracket. So this is how the multiplication is done. 2 times s gives 2s, and 2s times negative 1 gives negative 2s. I hope you agree with me. Then now this power 2 squares the last term. The last term is negative 1. When power 2 squares it will become positive 1. Okay, because negative 1 squared means negative 1 times negative 1, which gives positive 1. Okay, equals, now when we come to the right hand side also, the power 2 here will affect the 3 here and also affect the square root of s minus 3. Okay, so when the power 2 affects the 3 here, it becomes 9. Okay, because you get 3 squared, which is 9. 3 squared means 3 times 3, and that is 9. The power 2 will affect the 3 here and also affect the square root sign, the square root of s minus 3. The power 2 affects it as well. So when the power 2 affects the 3, we are getting the 9, and the power 2 will affect the square root of s minus 3. So when the power 2 affects the square root of s minus 3, it will cancel the square root sign, okay, away. There will be left with s minus 3. Okay, the 9 needs to multiply the s minus 3. That's how I put it into brackets. Okay, because the 3 here was multiplying the root of s minus 3. Okay, so squaring the 3 gives us 9. Multiplying the 9 will multiply when we square the square root of s minus 3. What we get, the 9 will multiply it as well. That's why we have 9 into brackets s minus 3. Okay, now if you are confused about the square of this square root of s minus 3 giving us s minus 3, let me do it here for you to see. Here is it. We have square root of s minus 3. Okay, and I'm saying that the power 2 will square it. Okay, when the power 2 squares it, this power 2 will cancel the square root sign away. Then we are left with s minus 3. That's why I have s minus 3 here. Okay, so that's it. That's the explanation. Okay, I hope you understand up to this point. Okay, so I'm going to clean this from here so that we'll continue. Okay, now what we need to do is to open our bracket. Okay, so let's open our bracket. So I'm going to repeat my s squared minus 2s then plus 1 equals to the 9 will open its bracket. 9 times s gives 9s. 9 times negative 3 gives negative 27. Okay, now from here we group like terms. So let's group like terms. So I'll maintain my s squared here minus 2s. Then this positive 9 will cause the plus sign to come and join it. So it becomes minus 9s. Okay, I hope you agree with me. Then plus my 1 which is there, then this negative 27 will cross the equal sign to come and join it, so it become plus 27 equals to 0. Okay, so we've shifted everything at the right hand side to come and join the left hand side. Okay, let's simplify further. Okay, so my s squared is here, minus 2s minus 9s is going to give me minus 11s, and I hope you agree with me. And then this positive 1 plus the 27 gives me positive 28, then equals to 0. Now you can see that this has become a quadratic equation that we need to solve. Okay, so we have to solve this quadratic equation. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve it. Okay, and I've taught you how to solve quadratic equation in previous videos. Okay, we treated quadratic equation as a full topic. I've taught on that. So if you don't have any idea on how to solve quadratic equation, please search for my videos that I've done on solving quadratic equations so that you can get an understanding to be able to handle this one. Okay, because we are applying that knowledge here. Okay, so let's go ahead. So how to solve this quadratic equation is that you use the first term to multiply the last term. Okay, so when the first term multiplies the last term, the first term here is s squared, multiplying the last term which is positive 28, you are going to get positive 28 s squared. I hope you agree with me. Then now we are going to look for two factors in which when we multiply we will get this positive 28 s squared back, but that same two factors when we add them we are supposed to get this negative 11s back, which is the middle term. Okay, let me go over one more time. So getting the 28s squared, okay, we are going to look for two factors in which when you multiply you will get the 28s squared back, and those same two factors when you add them you are supposed to get the middle term which is the negative 11s. Okay, so that's how to go about it. So the two factors that comes in mind will be minus 4s minus 7s. I hope you agree with me. Okay, we are going to check to see if it's indeed true. Okay, let's multiply them and see. If you multiply the two factors, we are supposed to get the positive 28s squared back, and if we add the two factors, we are supposed to get the middle term which is negative 11s back. Okay, so this times this gives positive 28s squared. I hope you agree with me. Minus 4s times minus 7s, it gives positive 28s squared. Okay, now let's add them and see if you get the middle term. Minus 4s plus minus 7s, it gives minus 11s. So we are getting the middle term also back by adding it. So these are the correct factors to use. Okay, so what you are going to do is that we are going to take the middle term away, then we are going to replace it with these two factors. Okay, so I'll repeat my s squared, okay, which is there. I hope you are following. Then we are going to omit the middle term from there. Okay, then we are going to replace it with these two factors. So my s squared is here, then I'll bring my minus 4s, then I'll bring my minus 7s, then I'll bring my plus 28 equals to 0. Okay, I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. Okay, so all that we did is to take the middle term away and replace it with the two factors that we've gotten. Okay, now we factorize. Okay, I've taught you factorization as well. I've treated factorization as a full topic in previous videos. Okay, so if you don't know anything about factorization, please search for the videos that I've done on factorization so that it will help you to be able to solve this one. Okay, we are going to apply that knowledge here. Okay, so we factorize. Okay, we are going to take them 2. Okay, we take the first two and factorize, and we are going to take the last two and factorize. Okay, factorization simply means that we are bringing the common things out. Okay, so now with these two, what we can factorize out is s. So I have my s out. I hope you can see. Then you ask yourself, what will I put here so that when I multiply by the s, I'll get this s squared back, and that is going to be s. Okay, minus, then you ask yourself the same question, what will I put here so that when I multiply by this s, I'll get the 4s back, and that is 4. Okay, so That's it. So you have s into bracket. Sorry, we have s into bracket s minus 4. Okay, exactly. So s into bracket s minus 4. Okay, that's refactorizing the first two. Then we are going to take the last two also and we are going to factorize. Okay, so minus 7s plus 28. What we can factorize out is minus 7. So minus 7 out. I hope you agree with me. Then we ask ourselves, what do we put here? So that when we multiply it by the minus 7, we will get this minus 7s back, and that is going to be s. So my s is there. And then you ask yourself, what should I put here? So that when I multiply it by this minus 7, I'll get positive 28 back, and that is going to be minus 4. I hope you agree with me. Equals to 0. Okay, if you do the factorization correctly, you see that the two brackets will always be the same. If you do any factorization and the two brackets are not the same, it means you are wrong. Okay, you did something wrong. Okay, if you do any factorization of this nature, okay, and you are not getting the two brackets to be the same, to have the same values in them, it means you've done something wrong. So you have to check your solution. Okay, this you've done the correct thing, because in this bracket we are having s minus 4, and in this bracket also we are having s minus 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and simplify further. Okay, we are not done with the factorization. What we do now is that we join all the terms outside the bracket into one, and the two brackets which are the same, we'll pick one of it and attach to it. Okay, so I need more space to continue, so I think I can continue from here. Okay, let me continue from the top here. Okay, so from here we'll have our s minus 7 into one bracket. Okay, I hope you are following. Then I'll have my s minus 4 into another bracket equals to 0. Okay, because we have this s outside this bracket and minus 7 outside this bracket. So the terms outside the bracket, we join them into one bracket. So this s and this minus 7 comes into one bracket. And since this bracket and this bracket are the same, we just pick one of it and attach to it. Okay, that's how we do it. Okay, then now we equate each term in the bracket to 0 and solve for s. Okay, so when I take my s minus 7, it will be equal to 0. Then bring a comma. Then when you take your s minus 4 also, it will be equal to 0. Okay, then we solve for s. So our s will be equals to 7, comma, our s will be equals to 4. Okay, so we are getting two values for s, which is s is equals to 7 and s is equals to 4. Okay, but we are not done. It's left with the testing. Okay, we need to test and see if indeed these two values satisfy the equation. Okay, because you cannot just assume that these two values satisfy the equation. We need to test to see. Okay, because sometimes some of the values will not satisfy the equation. Okay, so we are going to test the equation with s is equals to 7 and s is equals to 4 to see if they satisfy the equation before we can make a conclusion. Okay, so I need more space, okay, to do the testing. Okay, so I need to clean some parts. Okay, so I hope you understand up to this point. So I'm going to clean some parts then for us to do the testing. Okay, so let me clean this part. Okay, let me clean this side for us to do the testing. Okay, I hope you understand up to this point. Following the process, okay, we got a quadratic equation. We solve for the quadratic equation, and we are getting s is equals to 7 and s is equals to 4. Okay, so let me clean this side so that we can have enough space to do the testing to now make a conclusion. Okay, because I said you cannot just leave your answer like this, that s is equals to 7, s is equal to 4 without you testing. Okay, we need to test to see if indeed the values we've gotten satisfy the equation. Okay, so I'm going to clean this side, okay, so that we can do the testing. Okay, so now we are going to test with the original equation given. Okay, the original equation given is square root of 3s plus 4, okay, you can write it without the brackets, okay, minus square root of s minus 3 equals to 3. That's the equation given. So let's test with s is equals to 7. Okay, so we are doing testing. Okay, so let me write testing at the top here for you. Okay, so we are testing. So now, when I take s is equals to 7, I'll use it to test the equation. Okay, you can see that wherever we see s in this given equation, we are going to put 7 there. Okay, and the left hand side should give us the same value as the right hand side of the equation. The right hand side of the equation, we have 3 here. So when we put the value of s is equal to 7, okay, into the left hand side, we are supposed to get a value which is equals to the right hand side, which is the 3. If we don't get a value which is equals to the 3 here, it means s is equals to 7 is not a solution to the given equation. Okay, but if we succeed in getting a value at the left hand side of the equation equals to 3, okay, then it means s is equals to 7 is a solution to the equation. So let's do the testing for us to see. So wherever I see s here, I'm going to put 7 in there, okay, in the equation. So I have square root of 3 into bracket 7, because the 3 and the s, they are multiplying. Okay, so 3 into bracket 7, okay, plus 4 minus square root of my s is 7 minus 3 should give us 3. Okay, so we are going to simplify the left hand side to see if it will give us the same value at the right hand side. Okay, so it's going to be square root of 21 plus the 4 minus square root of 7 minus 3 gives 4. Okay, so equals to 3. It should give us 3. Okay, now square root of 21 plus 4, we are going to get square root of 25 minus the square root of 4, okay, should give us 3. I hope you agree with me up to this point. So now, square root of 25, it gives 5. Okay, so I'm going to write my 5 here. Minus square root of 4, it gives 2, should give us 3. Okay, so 5 minus 2 gives 3, which is equals to 3. Okay, you can see that we are having a value at the left hand side which is the same value at the right hand side. Okay, so we have 3 equals to 3. Okay, so it means that s is equals to 7 is a solution to the equation. Okay, because s is equals to 7 satisfies the equation. Okay, because when we tested, we are getting a value at the right hand side which is 3 equals to 3. Okay, the value at the left hand side is equals to the value at the right hand side. Okay, so that proves that s is equals to 7 satisfy the equation, and for that reason s is equals to 7 is a solution to the given equation. Okay, now we have to test for s is equals to 4 as well. Okay, I hope you agree with me. We've tested for s is equals to 7. Now we need to test for s is equals to 4 as well to see if s is equals to 4 satisfy the equation or not. Okay, so let's do the testing. So I'm going to clean this side, okay, so that we can have enough space to do the testing. Okay, so let me clean this one from here. Okay, so now the same equation, wherever I see s, I'm going to put the value of 4 there. So now the same equation, wherever I see s, I'm going to put the value of 4 there. Okay, so that we test whether 4 satisfy the equation or not. Okay, so let's go ahead and test for s is equals to 4 as well. So this given equation, wherever I see s, I'm going to put 4 there. Okay, so that we'll test to see. So it's going to be square root of 3 into bracket 4 plus 4, okay, minus square root of 4 minus 3 should give us 3. Okay, so when we simplify the left hand side of the equation, it should give us the same value as what we have at the right hand side, which is 3. Okay, if the left hand side of the equation is not giving us 3, then it means s is equals to 4 is not a solution to the given equation. Okay, so let's work it and see. So I'm going to have square root of 3 4 12, then plus the 4, okay, minus 4 minus square root of 4 minus 3, it gives 1, okay, equals to 3. It should give us 3. Okay, then square root of 12 plus 4 gives square root of 16, okay, minus square root of 1 should give us 3. Okay, so now let's simplify. Square root of 16 is 4, I hope you agree with me. Minus square root of 1 is 1, should give us 3. We are having 4 minus 1, which is 3, is equals to 3. You can see that we are having a value at the left hand side of the equation, which is the same value as the right hand side of the equation. Okay, so we have 3 equals to 3, so it means s is equals to 4 satisfies the given equation, and for that reason s is equals to 4 is a solution to the equation. Okay, so we have the two values, both of them satisfy the equation. Okay, so we conclude that therefore s is equals to 7 and s is equals to 4 are solutions to the given equation. Okay, so let's do the conclusion. Okay, so let me clean this side, okay, and let me write the conclusion for you to see. I hope you understand. Okay, so I want to write the conclusion down for you to see. Okay, so we conclude by saying therefore our s is equals to 7, okay, and s is equals to 4. I hope you can see. Okay, let me write it for so that I can see. Solutions to the given equation. Okay, so this is the conclusion that you have to write down. Okay, so you say therefore s is equals to 7 and s is equals to 4 are solutions to the given equation, because when we tested, both values satisfy the equation. So it means our answer for solving the equation is s is equals to 7 and s is equals to 4. Okay, I hope the explanation was clear enough and you understood it as well. Please don't forget to like the video and also share the video, and if you are watching for the first time, please do all to follow the page as well. I'll see you again in another video whilst we solve more questions on this. Bye bye.